Cool. Now, viewers can tune into SABC3 on Thursdays at 10:10 in the evenings since the 19th of July to meet the amazing men and women who save the lives of others. Now, this 13-week documentary drama series will allow viewers to witness incredible stories from South Africa's emergency services personnel and be inspired to live their lives 100%. Now, joining me this morning to tell us more about the show is the producer of the show, the SABC3 Guardians, Yasmin Asfat, and Advanced Life Support Paramedic, Jean Sparmers. Very, very good to have both of you. Good morning.
Hi, nice to meet you, Kat. Thank
Jasmine,
you for having us here.
I'm going to start off with you. Tell me a bit about the idea behind SABC3 Guardians.
Well, the idea, I mean, it's been running for the last 4 years now, Guardians Project, and it is, I mean, it's an amazing project. It's about time that people start recognizing and paying homage and tribute to the people within the emergency services. It started out not as a television series, just as an online campaign, and then moved slowly. We grew from doing 3-minute fillers just to pay homage and tribute to these amazing workers in the emergency services. And we've grown now to a 24-minute program with 16 finalists, 16 semi-finalists, and 24 minutes of like jam-packed action where you get to see basically everyday lives and how the amazing work these men and women do in the services.
And it is nothing short of amazing. I mean, Jean, the other day we read an article about an emergency group that was called out to Khayelitsha, and apparently it wasn't actually an emergency situation. It turned out to be a kind of a botched attack, because when the paramedics arrived there, they were actually attacked. How does that make you feel as someone who has to risk their lives every single day out there, saving the lives of others?
It doesn't change going out and treating every call as priority one as it should. So it's dangerous, we all know that, our families know that. It's something that we've got to accept from the word go. So it doesn't change how we deal with everyday life.
What inspired you to take on this line of work?
Sure.
They all say it's a calling, it's a calling.
Yeah, I think it's got to be somewhere, I think it's a mismatch in your genes somewhere.
A mismatch in your genes. Well, thank goodness for that, because of that, the rest of us can be safe and know that, you know, whenever we are in trouble, you'll be there for us. Tell us a bit about your story.
Well, Team Endurance was nominated for a rescue they've done in Stellenbosch, one of the neighbourhoods, Idas Valley there, with a structural collapse. So we had 3 gentlemen who was trapped under layers of concrete, and it was quite a long battle to get them out. So this is basically why we're here this year.
Wow, I want to try and put myself in that kind of situation to wonder, what do you do when you arrive and you know that the building is in danger of collapsing? There are people in there that you have to save. What is the thinking process of what goes through your mind?
Well, for us at that point, the building had already collapsed. So we could just see concrete and one arm. So we saw an arm and he was waiting, so we knew that there was somebody that needed to get out. And that was basically what we've done. We tried to figure out and look from all sorts of angles to get the safest way there so that we don't cause more harm.
Yes. And so the show tries then to reenact these situations, to actually put people in that position to show them what happened.
That's exactly it. I think the most amazing thing about this show is that we have no real-life actors. Everything that is reenacted is done most of the time in the exact spaces that it's happened, with the same crews, and we have no effects team. We've got these amazing men and women who we come and we reenact and recreate this entire scene with the teams. And let me tell you, they're probably one of the best effects guys that you can get, the best effects crews you can get. They know how to blow up stuff, which is great. So, I mean, it's incredible. We spent a full day and night, or most times, I mean, we spent a full night until early hours in the morning redoing the structural collapse reenactment. And it was amazing. I mean, everyone pulled in, and it's real people, real stories. It's real action. Like you really, it's real action.
Jean, speaking about real people, real action, what has been the effect for you guys in this kind of line of work when you receive this kind of recognition, if I may call it that? I mean, it's been going on for a couple of years. Do you feel more appreciated? Does it do anything for you?
Yes, but it also, see, it's very important to remember that there's a whole group of, there's 16 finalists or 16 teams. And obviously, I'm not by myself in this. I'm also part of a brilliant team. So it's humbling to be part of it firstly, but it's also kind of awkward because for us it's the way of life. It's not something, we're not looking for the recognition, and it's really great that it is there. And the community has actually, I mean, Idas Valley, it's they've just been extraordinary through the whole thing.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for the work that you do. Every single South African out there really, really appreciates it. And we're going to be chatting to you, Yasmin, and another one of the finalists a bit later on the show. So stay tuned for that. SABC3 Guardians. Lots more to come on Expresso.